Welcome aboard, fellow enthusiasts, as we embark on another incredible video. Welcome to another exciting video, where we'll be shedding light on Pensford. Pensford is the largest village in the civil parish of Publow in Somerset, England. It lies in the Tube Valley, approximately 7 miles south of Bristol, 8 miles west of Bath, and 14 miles north of Wells. It is on a road from Bristol to Shepton Mallet. Pensford was identified as being of special architectural and historic interest and was designated as a conservation area in May 1988. Brace yourself for a captivating discussion on history as we explore its nuances and implications. Upright Thumbleth High Street. The name Pensford is in all likelihood derived from Brythonic Penford, meaning roughly top of the road or the highest or furthest point of the road. Alternatively, it may mean the animal pens by the ford from the Old English pens and ford. The parish of Pensford was part of the Kynsham Hundred. During the 14th to 16th centuries, Pensford was a cloth centre based on local wool. On 24 June 1685, rebel forces camped at Pensford during the Monmouth Rebellion. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on coal mining and its role in shaping our understanding. During the 19th and 20th centuries, the main industry was coal mining, with Pensford and the surrounding area forming a major part of the Somerset coalfield. Pensford and Bromley Collieries Limited opened Pensford Colliery to mine the Pensford syncline in 1909. By 1947, the mine's output was 70,000 tonnes per annum. The colliery was connected by a spur of the North Somerset Railway. The mine was prone to flooding and coal dust explosions. In 1931, Parliament discussed the safety record of the Somerset coalfield, showing that between 1927 and 1930, 206 miners were injured in accidents, and 2 miners died at the colliery. In the early years, the Miners' Welfare Institute was founded and paid for by the miners. The institute helped widows and held benevolent events. The mine was deemed uneconomical and closed in 1955. Its site was used as the depot for filers' coaches and was later converted to residential property. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting 1968 floods and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. The River Chew suffered a major flood in 1968 with serious damage to towns and villages along its route. The flood swept away the bridge over there and damaged the railway viaduct so badly that it never reopened. On July, a storm brought heavy rainfall to the valley, with 175 millimeters falling in 18 hours on Chewstoke, double the area's average rainfall for the whole of July. Brace yourself for an enlightening exploration of government and politics as we dive into its profound implications. Pensford and Publow has its own parish council, which has some responsibility for local issues, including setting an annual precept local rate to cover the council's operating costs and producing annual accounts for public scrutiny. The parish council evaluates local planning applications and works with the local police, district council officers, and neighbourhood watch groups on matters of crime, security, and traffic. The parish council's role also includes initiating projects for the maintenance and repair of parish facilities, such as the village hall or community centre, playing fields and playgrounds, as well as consulting with the district council on the maintenance, repair, and improvement of highways, drainage, footpaths, public transport, and street cleaning. Conservation matters, including trees and listed buildings and environmental issues, are also of interest to the council. It is part of the Publow and Whitchurch ward, which is represented by one councillor on the Bath and North East Somerset Unitary Authority, which was created in 1996, as established by the Local Government Act 1992. It provides a single tier of local government with responsibility for almost all local government functions within its area, including local planning and building control, local roads, council housing, environmental health, markets and fairs, refuse collection, recycling, cemeteries, crematoria, leisure services, parks, and tourism. It is also responsible for education, social services, libraries, main roads, public transport, trading standards, waste disposal and strategic planning, although fire, police and ambulance services are provided jointly with other authorities through the Avon Fire and Rescue Service, Avon and Somerset Constabulary, and the Great Western Ambulance Service. Bath and North East Somerset's area covers part of the ceremonial county of Somerset, but it is administered independently of the non-metropolitan county. Its administrative headquarters is in Bath. Between 1 April 1974 and 1 April 1996, it was the Wonsdyke district and the city of Bath of the county of Avon. Before 1974 the parish was part of the Clutton Rural district. The village falls within the Publow and Whitchurch electoral ward. From Pensford the ward strikes north to end at Whitchurch on the Bristol border. The total population of this ward taken from the 2011 census was 2,473. The parish is represented in the House of Commons of the Parliament of the United Kingdom as part of North East Somerset and Hanham. It elects one Member of Parliament MP by the first past the post system of election. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of demographics. According to the 2001 census, the Publow and Whitchurch ward, which includes Bellerton and Publow, had 1,087 residents, living in 429 households, with an average age of 40.8 years. Of these, 73% of residents describing their health as good, 24% of 16 to 74-year-olds had no qualifications, and the area had an unemployment rate of 2.3% of all economically active people aged. In the Index of Multiple Deprivation 2004, it was ranked at 26,408 out of 32,482 wards in England, where one was the most deprived LSOA and 32,482 the least deprived. In this section, we'll be shedding light on Street Thomas Becket Church and its impact on our understanding of the subject. First built in the 14th century, the Street Thomas Becket Church is a Grade II listed building. Following damage in the 1968 floods, the church was deconsecrated. During the ERS, an attempt was made to turn it into an arts centre, but this was abandoned when the extent of the repairs required to make the building safe became clear. In 2007, the church was put on the market for redevelopment, and in 2008 purchased for repair and use as a private dwelling. The redevelopment of the church into a private dwelling was featured in the first episode of television series Restoration Home. As we progress through this video, let's now turn our gaze towards the lockup. Uprighter left-thumbed lockup Pensford has an octagonal 18th century village lockup. This is a Grade II listed building and is a scheduled ancient monument. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of pubs and its fascinating intricacies. Pensford has 3 pubs: the Traveller's Rest, the Rising Sun, and the George and Dragon. During the 17th and 18th centuries, Pensford was an important staging post for stagecoaches which stopped at the George and Dragon and the Rising Sun. The George and Dragon dates from 1752 and is a Grade II listed building. Let's now shift our focus to other Grade II listed buildings and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. 149 High Street Bridge House Bridge over the River Chew Gills GV Shoe Shop 129 131 High Street Old Bakery Guy's Farm Viaduct View. The village's war memorial is also Grade II listed and commemorates the 7 people from the village who died in each of World War I and World War II. It is a wheel cross, with a Celtic-style carving. For centuries, Pensford has been an important crossing point on the River Chew. The modern road bridge was rebuilt in 1968 after flood damage, but the much older bridge, by the church, survived the flood. On the western side of the village is Pensford Viaduct on the disused Bristol and North Somerset Railway, built in 1873 but closed to trains in 1968 after the Great Flood of Pensford, after which it was deemed unsafe. The last passenger train had been earlier, the 9:25 a.m. from Frome to Bristol on 31 October 1959. After that there were only goods trains mainly bringing coal from Radstock, which ceased in 1964, and very occasional excursion trains. Pensford Viaduct is 995 feet 303 m long, reaches a maximum height of 95 feet 29 m to rail level and consists of 16 arches. The viaduct is now a Grade II listed building. Let's transition to surrounding area and uncover its significance. Nearby is Lord's Wood, Pensford, and the village is on the route of the Monarch's Way long-distance footpath. Let's now turn our gaze towards notable people and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. Neil Hudson is notable for winning the 1981 FIM Motocross World Championship. Acca-built jazz clarinetist Chris Biscoe, jazz musician John Locke FRS, philosopher and physician 1630 to 1704, known as the father of liberalism, lived in John Locke's cottage in Bellerton, in the parish of Publow with Pensford, from shortly after his birth until 1647. Robert Hunter of the Grateful Dead lived in the village from 1979 to 1981. John Perry, guitarist of the Only Ones, lived here between 1972 and 1975. Lily Newton, botanist and phycologist, 1893–1981. Your feedback helps me improve, so please take a moment to leave a comment or review.